Hello everybody, welcome back to Ron's Random Reviews. This is my third in the Greenworks series of videos I'm going to make. I've already done one on the 80 volt self-propelled mower. It's over there. I did a horrible video on my Greenworks edger, but I wanted to show those who tuned into that video that you can actually see how it did ultimately. I was trying to do it one-handed and it was horrible, but you can see it does very well when you've got both hands and doing it properly. So it edges really well and very powerful, 80 volt. I had the 2 amp hour battery put in there fully charged. I just did all the edging all the way around here, and I went around it twice because I do it one time and then I kind of go back around one more time to make it just a little bit wide, you know, it does a great job this first time, but it's my technique I do where I go around one time real good and then the second time just like really quickly I'm just spinning around there getting the dirt and any stray weed or something out of there. But anyways, that 2 amp hour battery it has 3 lights. I can show you here. It has 3 lights, and when I used it, I only used one of the lights to do all that edging. So it still has 2 lights on. So 2/3 power. It only used 1/3 power out of a 2 amp hour, which is the smallest battery. That's the smallest battery they have, 2 amp hour. So I mentioned in my other video that if you find a good deal on the tool and it comes with the battery and charger, don't be afraid to go ahead and pick that up, even if it's just a 2 amp hour, because it works good. It charges in a half hour, and you see, you know, this is large area here, and this is probably as big as most people's front and backyard, and it did it with 1/3 charge. So you'd have no problem, you know, edging in your yard with that. In fact, here I am doing the 80 amp blower. This is the 185 mile per hour version. They have 2 or 3 versions, but this was the top one that I found, the highest speed, and this one really blows. It has a little turbo button also. So right here is a little turbo button that you press. So once I put the battery in, all you gotta do is pull the trigger. There's no like safety mechanism on this one, but while you're blowing, it's very powerful. But if you have a real stubborn area, you can press this button here and it gives you turbo, the maximum. So it's pretty crazy. You can see here it's like a release button to take that off. You got that attachment, and then of course it'll be one of those suction type blowers and vacuum type thing. I never used a vacuum. I never have used those. I don't think they work great. I've never tried it on this, but on other ones I didn't like it. So I just use it for a blower. I don't use the vacuum part. So, but anyways, that's this one here, 80 volt. So if I take the battery, you just slide it in the back here. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, there's like a lip underneath here, so I can pull it. There it is. It's hard to do one-handed. It's easy to pop in if you're, you know, holding the machine, but I'm trying to do it one-handed and hold the camera. But anyways, it's not real heavy, and as I mentioned in a different video, this is the 5 amp hour battery that came with my mower, and it's an excellent battery, but of course it's bigger and heavier. So you can use that in any of these, the 2 amp hour, 2.5, 4 amp hour, 5 amp hour. As long as they're all 80 volt, they'll interchange with any of the equipment. So the amp hour doesn't matter, it's the voltage. Like this is a 80 volt blower. You can't put a 40 volt battery in there, it won't fit. Okay, so their 40 volt series is all 40 volt machinery. 60 volt, all 60 volt, 80, all 80 volt. So you can't interchange the voltage. But if you have multiple amp hour batteries, as I mentioned, this is a 5 amp hour, this one's a 2 amp hour, they'll both work in this blower. They'll both work in the mower. They'll both work in all the 80 volt tools. So that's great. I have 5 batteries. I don't need all 5, but I've got them. I mentioned in a different video, I got a good deal on eBay on 2 4-amp-hour batteries. So they're supposed to be like $229 each, and I got each one for $100, brand new from a private seller. So I ended up with 5 batteries now. I got a 5-amp-hour, 2 4-amp-hours, 1 2.5-amp-hour, and 1 2-amp-hour. The 2-amp-hour came with, I believe, the blower. The 2.5-amp-hour came with my hedge trimmer. The 5-amp-hour came with the mower. And then I bought a pole saw without the battery because I wouldn't need one. I got plenty. And I bought a 300-watt inverter that I won't need any because I've got plenty of batteries. So that's what I did. But anyways, here's the blower. And like I say, there's no safety on this one. You just press the trigger blow, and then this is the boost. So I'll see if I can show you here. Now this grass and dirt here is wet, so we'll see how it does, because it was super hot here last week, so I've been soaking the grass big time, and it's like too wet. So you won't be able to hear me. I'll just do it now, with video. All right, that was just the normal speed. Now I'll do some here, and then you'll hear me kick in the power booster, and you can hear and see how different that is. Okay, so that was regular and then power booster. So you can see it does a great job just on the regular power. So I really don't use the power booster. You can see here when it's not all crazy wet, it doesn't stick and get the concrete dirty. Over here is really wet because I got you can see the sprinkler here leaks, and it kind of fills this area up a little bit. It doesn't leak, but I mean when it sprays it ponds some water here, so it gets this area kind of wet. So that's why this is a little dirty. I'm gonna have to spray it off with a water hose to get the green off, but it easily blows off all the grass and weeds and dirt. And so I have a pretty big patio out here, so I can show you down the side here. I got a big area that I have to blow off with the blower, and then out this direction is a long patio. Then you got the big old little racetrack that I built for my 2 little kids. So I use all of this blower to clean all of this off. Plus out front is all drought tolerant, so it's all like rock and concrete out front. So I use the blower a lot, and I can easily do this entire property with this 2-amp-hour battery. Even this one that has 2 lights instead of 3, it'll do the whole property. So this thing blows really well and does not use an enormous amount of power. So it's awesome. I'm raving about how good the Greenworks products are. I researched quite a bit before I bought any, because I wanted to get away from gas. Gas is expensive, pain in the butt to go get gas, and I have bad vision, so I don't even drive, so it's hard for me to even go pick up some gas if I needed some. Changing oil in the equipment, you let it sit over the winter time, you got to drain out the gas, and you know, you change your oil, and it's just a pain in the butt. Well, this stuff here, no, if your battery is charged, and even if it ain't, it doesn't take long to charge it, pop it in there and you're gone. Do your job, put it away, and go back inside and get a cold drink and chill. So it's so easy to use, so very simple. No maintenance, nothing to, there's no oil, no gas, no nothing to change on this. So there's no maintenance on it. You know, wipe it off if you want. It gets dusty. That's about it. So as I mentioned, I've got the whole family, you know, not the whole family, I got a lot of them, of the Greenworks products. You know, that's the 80 volt, I believe it's called brushless blower, 185 mile per hour. This is the 80 volt self-propelled, and I use the bagger, but it does bag, mulch, and side discharge, all three. This mower is spectacular. I love it. And then in here, it's kind of dark. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. Maybe you can see in the video. Here's the pole saw. Let me try and climb in there. Here's the pole saw. Comes with a cover. It's like a little chainsaw, and it breaks down in the middle with a little push lock, so you can get it into a shed like this. You take it outside and you snap it together and you're ready to go. So it's no effort at all. And of course, at the end, you pop in your battery like all the other stuff. Very simple to use, and I use it to trim my queen palms and my big tree out here. I just put some magnetic hooks in my cheap shed here to hang all my stuff. Right here is my hedge trimmer, so that's hanging there. I got to do a video on that one still. And then here's my edger that I just did like I said, a terrible video on. But so those are all in here. Plus I have in my garage, I got the chargers, extra batteries, and my 300 watt inverter. And I'll do a video on that too. That'll probably be my last video of the series. But these are Greenworks 80 volt, and they are spectacular. I love them, recommend them. I would tell anyone to go ahead and get them. And as I mentioned, these are 80 volt. These are like top of the line power. I don't know that you need that much. Most people probably 60 is plenty. Maybe even the 40 is good enough for most houses. But I wanted the 80 because if I'm gonna go battery operated, I'll go all the way. So, all right, thanks a lot, guys, for watching Ron's Random Reviews. Please like, subscribe, and share. Really appreciate it if you'd share it so I can get some more people following my page, subscribing my page, channel, whatever they like to call it. I'm not a tech guy. I know my videos are not great. They're very basic, but that's my whole intention. I'm just a regular guy, not a business. All the things that I post are things that I bought and use. So no one sends them to me. I'm not sponsored. I don't have like professional equipment. I'm just using my iPhone to do videos. So this is all really because I got frustrated when I went online and couldn't find a review on this and that and something else. Like, man, no one's ever made a video on this. So anything I buy, I'm trying to do a video, whether there's some out there or not. That way people will have a reference. And mine are basic, but just, you know, regular Joe type videos. So I'll let you know, hey, this is the basics on it. I like it or don't like it. So thanks a lot for visiting the channel. You guys have a great day.